Hello, lovelies. Welcome back to The Feminine Curator. I'm your host, Ruth Moore, and this is the Feminine Circle, the Friendship Series. Now, hopefully you joined me for episode 1, where we talked about defining your relational pillars. These are the values that hold your female friendships steady. Today, we're taking that a step further and talking about how those values show up in real time through the quiet cues we often ignore. Now, this episode is all about the hidden red and green flags in a female friendship, the patterns that reveal whether a connection is emotionally safe, mature, and aligned or not. All right, so we are going to get started with red flags, and I want to be really clear that these are red flags for me. They are patterns that I have recognized in my friendships over time and friendships that have fallen apart. So I want to encourage you to do the work. Look back at your past friendships and notice what you brushed off in the moment that later revealed itself as a problem, and bring those quiet cues to the forefront so you don't ignore them next time. We're going to go through a few of mine. So first up is emotional immaturity. Now this one can be subtle, but it is huge. For me, it's when I don't feel safe bringing my full self to the friendship because I believe she can't emotionally hold it. Maybe she's insecure, easily threatened, easily offended, or everything turns back to her. You find yourself shrinking your truth, editing your honesty, and holding back parts of your life because you know she doesn't have the security, the depth, or the maturity to sit with it. That's not protection of the relationship, that's self-protection inside a misaligned one. If I can't bring real things to you without managing your reactions, that's a red flag. Now, number 2, performative support. She's there for the photo, the story tag, the public moment, but when it's quiet, when you're grieving, confused, or just not on, suddenly she's unavailable. Support that only exists when other people are watching isn't support. It's image management. Number 3, deflection over accountability. When you gently name something that may have hurt you, she may laugh it off, flip it, spiritualizes it, gets defensive, or suddenly you're the problem for bringing it up. Sometimes it looks like her pulling out an old list, bringing up things from the past, things that were never mentioned until now, simply because you finally voiced your own hurt or struggle. That's not a resolution, that's emotional scorekeeping. It turns connection into competition, and if someone can't hold the hard truth without attacking, escaping, or rewriting history, that's a lack of accountability, and it erodes safety over time. Number 4, comparison energy. It's not always loud jealousy. Sometimes it's the subtle mimicry. You notice she starts to mirror your look, your style, or the way you express yourself. She dresses a little like you, posts similar things, or adopts your interests to blend in. It's not about influence. We should all inspire each other. This is about identity. When someone hasn't yet developed her own sense of self, she'll often borrow yours to feel relevant or accepted. It's rooted in insecurity, not admiration. True friendship allows individuality. 2 women can stand side by side, both radiant, both distinct, and never feel like they have to twin to belong. Number 5, oversharing as an identity. This is the I'm an open book friend. At first, it can feel like honesty and vulnerability, but for me, what I have found is that it reveals a lack of discernment and boundaries. When someone shares everything with everyone, that is not depth, that's exposure. It also comes from insecurity and a need for a quick connection or validation. If she is willing to spill every detail of her own life to anyone, chances are she'll feel just as comfortable sharing yours. Healthy vulnerability is intentional. It knows what to share, when, and with whom. Wisdom in friendship is knowing the difference between being transparent and being boundaryless. Okay, now let's flip it, because yes, we do need to name the red flags, but we also need to train our eyes and hearts to notice what is healthy. Green flags are the women who make your shoulders drop an inch, the ones your nervous system trusts. So we're going to go through the green flag list for me. Number one is accountability. When hard conversations happen, she's willing to talk about it. She can say, I see that, or I'm sorry, or I didn't realize that hurt you, without making it a character assassination. Emotional maturity can sound like, I don't necessarily see it that way, but I'll sit in it and think on it because my intention is never to hurt you. Or even, hey, I might not agree right now, but because it hurt you, I'm willing to rethink it and evaluate myself to see if I did miss something. Now, that's what emotional safety can look like in practice. It's humility over defensiveness, care over ego. Accountability is a green flag because it means the friendship can grow. Number two is consistency. You don't have to guess which version of her is showing up. She is emotionally steady, not perfect, but present. She doesn't disappear when life gets real, and she doesn't make you earn her closeness over and over. Number three, calm communication. She doesn't punish you with silence, sub-posting, or group chat tension, or passive aggression. She can hold a boundary or a hard conversation without blowing up the entire connection. There is room for nuance, room for both of your feelings, and room for repair. Number four, true reciprocity. You're not the only one reaching out, checking in, calling, and showing up. There's a natural rhythm of I've got you that flows both directions. You don't feel like you're constantly auditioning for the friendship. Number five, celebration without competition. She is genuinely happy for you and your achievements, your glow up, your healing, your milestones. They don't shrink her, they inspire her. There's no side eye, no subtle sabotage, no distancing when things go well for you. Her support feels clean. Now, as we've gone through both red and green flags, here's what I want you to remember. We are not looking for perfect women. We are looking for growing women. Red flags doesn't mean someone is evil, and green flags doesn't mean someone is flawless. What we're really measuring is emotional maturity and relational integrity. Discernment in midlife is not cynicism, it's self-respect. It's recognizing that this pattern doesn't feel safe for me anymore and allowing yourself to respond accordingly. It's holding space for compassion without abandoning your own peace. Because the goal isn't to build a circle that looks good from the outside, it's to build a circle that feels honest, steady, and aligned on the inside. Okay, so on that note, I want to tell you a quick personal story. So for the past 2 birthdays, I've gone out with my girlfriends, and by somewhat of a total coincidence, we ran into the same DJ both times. Birthday number 1 at a restaurant, he was there. A whole year later at a different lounge, there he is again. And of course, he remembered us. So on my second birthday, he made a comment to one of my friends in this group that I was with that it was a lot smaller than the year before. And honestly, I didn't take any offense at all. It actually made me smile. Because when I look back at both birthdays, the women who were around me each time were the best women for the season that I was in. Those groups reflected my growth, my boundaries, and the lessons I was learning in real time. And that's what matters to me. It is quality, not quantity. So if you're listening and you feel like other women have bigger circles or you worry that you're somehow behind, I just want to encourage you. It is so much better to have one solid, emotionally healthy girlfriend than a handful of low quality, high drama friendships. Your circle doesn't have to be big to be beautiful. It just has to be aligned. So this week, as we close, let's pay attention. Notice the quiet red flags you've been explaining away. Notice the green flags you maybe haven't fully honored. Who feels like safety? Who feels like performance? Who corrects with love, shows up consistently, and protects your name in rooms you're not in? That's what I want you to think about this week. If this episode brought someone to mind in gratitude or in clarity, trust that. That is your intuition partnering with your integrity. And that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening to the Feminine Circle, the Friendship Series. This is a special series by the Feminine Curator podcast. Now you can find me. I'm online at the House of Ruth on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you next time.